We take no hostage. We don't keep people in a contract if they don't want to be in that contract. The only reason why we put 60 days is because that's about the quickest that we can all kind of pivot and move into something else. But we want our clients to be happy at the end of the day. I want my clients to be happy, whether it's with us or with another company. We're here to help you with that. And if you like that, or that resonates with you, like and subscribe to this channel, because that's what we're all about. Hey, this is Jared with Paladin Property Management, aka the HOA Crusader, and today we're going to be talking about how property management companies take their clients hostage. Here at Paladin, we have a mantra. It says, we take no hostages. And what we mean by that is that for any reason, at any time, if you don't like working with us, you can fire us with no reason at all. Just give us 60 days notice. The reason why we do that is because we feel we do good work and we stand by the services we provide. And if someone doesn't like us or if someone doesn't want to work with us, then we don't want to force them to work with us. Fortunately, nobody's ever taken us up on an early termination. Anytime we've parted ways with a client, it's been at the end of a contract term, and that's fine. But at any point, if any of our clients feel that the relationship isn't working out, then they can just fire us. No questions asked, no problem, right? If you don't feel like we are providing the adequate value, then we're not going to force you to stay. And what we've been seeing in this space is that other management companies don't operate that way. They say stuff like, well, if you want to terminate the contract early, we are going to sue you for the remainder of what's due to us for the remainder of the contract, like a lease term, right? You got 10 months left on the contract. You still have to pay us for those 10 months of work that we are not going to do for us to let you out early. Now, this really is frustrating because this is part of the reason why people get such bad taste in their mouth, and part of the reason why management companies are able to get away with so much shady stuff. It's because they've written into their contract preventions for their clients to keep them accountable to just providing good service. And so we have a couple associations who've been, as always, I'm not going to name names or throw anybody under the bus, but I will talk about situations because the situations are real. We have clients who feel they have been underserved or not served, or rather their future clients, by their current management company. And they've tried to bridge the gap, they've tried to reconcile, and the management company isn't meeting them halfway. And so the association says, hey, listen, we want to terminate our contract. And the management company says no. And they say, well, write us a letter of all the things we've done wrong, and then we'll consider letting you out of your contract. And then so they write the letter and they say, okay, well, we're going to change managers on you. We're going to give you a new manager and hope that it's going to be better with a new manager. And, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But usually what we find to be the case is that management company knows they're on their way out. So they extend the contract term by 60 or 90 or 120 days by trying this new manager out. And most of the time it doesn't work. Most of the time, the board has already made up their mind to go somewhere else. And what you're doing is just prolonging the inevitable. And, I'm the type of person where if my significant other says, hey, I don't want to be with you anymore, I don't stop them and say, but I love you, stay with me. I don't grovel. I don't, you don't want to be with me, then don't be with me. That's okay. You're a grown adult and you can go make your own decisions. Similarly, I don't know why management companies force HOAs to stay with them if the HOA or the board doesn't feel they're getting adequate value. It's like, no, don't leave me. You're not allowed to leave me. It's like, if you'd done a better job to begin with, they wouldn't have left you. And I practice what I preach. I've had associations, we just aren't on the same page. The board of directors and we're not meshing. They don't feel like they're getting what they need. They're a huge headache for me. And, they say, hey, we want to go somewhere else. And I say, by all means. Usually I'm the one to initiate that process or say, hey, listen, maybe you guys should start looking at another management company if we can't give you what you need. But we have a way that we operate, right? And if the way that we operate is good and we're providing a service that we stand behind, and there's a personality difference, or we're not providing what my client expects, I'm not going to try to convince them that what I'm providing is what they need. If they don't feel it's what they need, then go find someone who's going to provide that for you. But by allowing them to leave when they want to leave, I'm at least preserving the relationship, or maybe they go try a few other management companies and they find out that things were actually pretty good when they were with us. And I've now left the door open where if they want to come back and they're willing to change their behavior and they're willing to get on the same page, that they can come back to us. But if I make it a nightmare for them to leave, and I try to hold them to every penny of the contract and, make it an absolute nightmare for them to get out of it, then, now I've developed a reputation of just, not providing the service I said I was going to, and then trying to forcibly keep someone in their contract when they're saying, hey, you're not doing it for me. And you're burning the bridge or closing the door on any future business when they go out and try other management companies. And I think a lot of that comes down to these managers or these companies, they know deep down that they're not doing a good job, so they're just trying to extract every last cent from the contract that they can. But that's short-sighted and it's dishonest, in my opinion, right? And that's why we don't do it. We take no hostage. We don't keep people in a contract, if they don't want to be in that contract. The only reason why we put 60 days is because that's about the quickest that we can all kind of pivot and move into something else. But we want our clients to be happy at the end of the day. I want my clients to be happy, whether it's with us or with another company, right? I can't presume to be everybody's cup of tea. It's the same in a relationship. If I really care about someone, if I really love someone, I just want them to be happy, whether that's with me or with someone else. For as long as this relationship is working for both of us, then we stay in that relationship, right? But we both have to come to the table and we both have to, look at this in a mature way and say, are our needs getting met? And while a marriage, in my belief, is that, that is for life, and that's something we're kind of stuck in, we find a way to work it out. A management contract is not that way. And we shouldn't try to make it that way. It's not a marriage forever. Are both parties getting their needs met by the other, right? As a manager, is this an association that I feel happy to serve and manage day to day? At least as the board, are they respectful? Are they sending late night emails that are, belligerent, or, one of the board members is getting a little sauced up and saying stuff they shouldn't, or writing scathing emails because they've had a little too much to drink on a weekly basis, right? Like, I don't have patience for that, and I don't want to deal with that, right? I'm not getting my needs met as a provider, and apparently they're not getting their needs met by me, and that's okay. We part ways, no harm, no foul. But to say, no, you guys have 10 months left on the contract and, we're not going to let you out, it's a little bit petty and immature, in my opinion. So let's look at these contracts, and let's not sign super long extensions without relief valves or without an off-ramp or without a way to get out of it. At the end of the day, that's a solution, right? Sign smart contracts. Make sure that you always have a way out if things go sour. In any partnership, in any business relationship, there are ways that things can and do go sour. And in those events, we want both parties to have a way out should they feel they need it. That's all I got on this topic. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you next time. We'll catch you next time. Thanks again. This is Jared with HOA Crusades. We'll talk to you later.